Ready to turn your dreams into reality? Join Karis Copeland and Shar Selassie at the Art of Diplomacy for an exclusive workshop on mastering negotiation and advocacy. Learn proven strategies to advocate for yourself at home, work, and even in international affairs because your voice matters. Don't miss out. Reserve your spot now and start negotiating your way to success.
The Rise of Africa, the continent, the diaspora, and BRICS explores the relationships that are affecting the global economy right now. This book explores the relationships of the African diaspora's influence on the African continent and why this is important in stabilizing relationships with an understanding of how BRICS impacts the future, good or bad. You can order your copy of The Rise of Africa today on Amazon.com.
All right. Shalom, salama, siemi, shalom. Greetings to all my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world, whether you're the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, or you are a Gentile grafted into the house under the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. I welcome you this morning. I'm glad that you can be with me. I don't know how long I'll be able to be on here this morning. I am traveling right now to Atlanta for the Art of Diplomacy event that will be taking place tomorrow, September 20th, from 10 a.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go ahead and reserve your spot now. I am sorry, I'm literally driving, so I can't put that link there in the chat. And I did not put it in the description, so you're going to have to fish around for it. But use the Q2A 2024 code, Q2A 2024 code, so you can get a discounted rate. What will not be available, lunch will not be available because that was in our pre-registration. So that is the only thing, family. So it's going to be a great workshop because you're going to learn a lot. You're going to understand what's happening and how to navigate through it successfully. And this is what we are able to provide, that the Most High has given us in terms of this wisdom, especially right now as we are seeing things happening in a crazy time frame. I'm trying to literally add the invite for folks to come on to do this discussion, and I can't even paste this into the chat. That's horrible. Get that help button out the way. Come on now. Come on now. I can't even click send. Yeah, there's always some limitations with things. Yeah, and I can't even comment. Okay, you got it. Thank you, Brother Garth. Yeah, because I'm not even able to really do anything. I'm on my iPad, family. Again, I'm not at my desk where I'm able to navigate some different things. I can't do that and drive. Sorry, I gotta have some measure of safety. On these live stream streets. But Brother Garth is backing me up. Thank you, Brother Garth, on that one. You can see Brother Garth. He is on Q2A. Q2A channel at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's tomorrow, matter of fact, exploring the motherland. Because a lot of things are going in tandem. A lot of things that we see, look, before something manifests in the physical, there's always something that happens in the spiritual. That's just how this thing works. We have that umption, that gumption. Oh man, something is happening. Something's going on. You know, what is it that we're feeling? Why are we feeling this? And then we realize, wow, we're feeling like this because this is literally happening. This is what's going on. This is how things are working. And so, yesterday we had discussed some things regarding uh, mobile communications, right? Or I'm going to say mobile peripherals. That's actually the correct terminology, the mobile peripherals. And I want to stick on this topic because it wasn't just that this happened on Tuesday. No, it also happened Wednesday. And there is some more clarity to this by some officials regarding the use of the attacks on other peripheral devices. Because in the cybersecurity realm, what they're doing is they are exploiting a vulnerability. And so now do not think that they never knew anything about it. It was the fact that this plan came into place because to me, this underscores the imminent danger that Eastern Mediterranean nation is in. See, it was one of those times to where, well, yeah, the Arabs will say stuff and not do it. Or yeah, they'll say that they're going to do something and nothing's going to happen. Yeah, they don't care. Here's the thing. I'm putting on my intel brain. The question that I have, and that I think we all need to be asking, for them to deploy this cyber attack in this manner right now, are they admitting that Iran has nuclear weapons capability? Are they admitting that Iran has nuclear weapons capability? See, sometimes something will be attacked, but the attack isn't necessarily the message on that group that's being attacked. It's actually messaging some other interested party or third party. And that's where my analytical hat comes into play of who is this really for? Because I'm going to tell you, everybody is catching wind of this and understand that when you're seeing something that Eastern Mediterranean nation is doing, the U.S. is already married to that. So if this is coming out of the household, guess what? Well, if they're doing that, then guess what? They're being allowed to do it. I told you, they're being allowed to do it. And that's what people are going to be thinking. And then guess what? It's easy when folks are going to be voting with their dollars to leave the island. And that's what these folks are going to get ready to do. They're going to start voting with their dollars to leave the island. So now, understand, how long are they going to do this? What else are they going to affect? As we were talking yesterday, and people really weren't understanding. Nah, look, I'm sorry. That whole supply chain type explosive ordeal thing of, they interdicted and, they did a whole Jason Boy, that whole sensationalized bunch of garbage. It was garbage. Because why? They got to sensationalize it. I got to make it bigger than what it actually is. And now they're just going for the gusto. Look, this was not going to end well. We had already been saying this. This is not going to end well. This is going to end badly. And when it ends badly, what is that end going to look like? How will that end be spelled out? Now, all of a sudden, now they want to come for a two-state solution. Yeah, I think we need to put the two-state solution back on the table. Who's saying this? That's what the United States is saying. That's what the U.S. is saying. Let's get this two-state solution. Yeah, let's do it. That sounds great. I want to do the two-state solution now. Yeah, let's bring that on up. Because understand what I see playing out. Just as you had an administrative incorporation of that nation state, it was administratively incorporated. You want to know what it was administratively incorporated by? The West, by Europe, by European powers. So now understand what you have. You now have an administrative dissolvement or dissolution that's literally at the door. So when Trump was trying to say at his rally a couple of days ago, even last night, and I think a couple of weeks ago with the whole debate, the state of Israel, or excuse me, the Eastern Mediterranean nation, as said by Trump, sorry, YouTube, don't hit me on that. As stated by Trump, could potentially be non-existent. And the sad reality is that's true. What is usually a casualty of war? Well, that nation goes away. And that nation will go away, being administratively dissolved, the people will either leave or they'll come under the new flag. And when they come under the new flag, oh, guarantee they will have a distinct position within that culture, within that society. Oh, yeah, we don't like these people because these people tried to destroy us and they occupied us and they did all these things. Understand, these are the dynamics, these are the challenges that they will face. So it will not be in their best interest to stay in that immediate area. They will return to Europe or they will flee elsewhere. They've already said they're going to try to make it into South Africa. Or, wow. Well, we destroyed that, but we knew we were going to destroy that. So the calculus is that with the destruction there, we can, now get our foot on the land because things have been right there. It doesn't look as bad. And then we'll just start to migrate and generationally migrate. And do you understand? That was the slow caterpillar approach. I'm just going to inch. I'm just going to inch. I'm just going to inch up. We made it to Uganda. We made it into Kenya. We made it into Ethiopia. We're finally here. It took us 4 or 5 generations, but we did it. We made it into the promised land. Because remember, in the 1800s, Kenya and Uganda, that area, that's where they wanted to go instead of Aelia Capitolina. It's the closest thing to the continent. It's still Turkish. It's still Ottomani. If I'm a seafaring person and I'm there in Rome, in Italy, and I can just take a, 2-day travel, vice a 2-month travel. Well, hey, that's the place. What do you see here? Overlay it there and name some places here, and you go from there. I showed you those pictures where I was there at, the supposed Mount Nebo. I showed you those pictures. Where I was at, these places, Jerash and everything else. You don't see a Jerash in the Bible. I'm sorry, you don't. But then they'll tell you, it's Philadelphia. They'll tell you it's, some other places, which it may be. But nothing in terms of the actual land of Jacob, of our forefathers. But understand that's easy because guess what? You can just backfill logistically, strategically, your supplies. You can backfill logistically, strategically, the people. That's a harder thing to do when it's in the interior of Africa, especially sub-Saharan Africa. So we now have ships, we now have planes. Folks can be there in literally less than 12 hours to South Africa, then we'll just inch our way into the interior. And they're better at that game, right? You stare long enough at something, and then it's right up in your face. Even though it was moving for 10, 20, 30 years, it was still moving. But the time that it took to move, it didn't seem like anything. It didn't seem dangerous. And then you finally pay attention, and while you pay attention, when you pay attention, it's way too late. It already crept up on you. And this is what we have. We have things that have crept up on this nation. And we've had things that's crept up on the way that this nation has handled us. And these nations are seeing that, and they've seen that, and they came with their plan back in 2001 with the formation of BRICS. It's in my book. You can read all about it. I'm writing on it right now in my dissertation. I can give you all the, scholarly journals, line by line by line by line by line. How did we get here? Well, we started globally, then it went, continental, and then it went to the region, and now you have these different countries. And why? They started broad, and they're narrowing the focus. But in the ADHD mind that the society has created for us, we seem to understand, well, kind of, sort of, not really well. I don't think that that's the case. What we start to make excuses. And here's the thing, I say we, but it's not we, it's them. They start to make excuses of the 7, 8, 9 years. Now, as their complacency basically caught them in the snare, there's a different, we have been moving, we have been building, we have been communicating with one another, and not just here in the United States, not just here in the West with our Caribbean and European brothers and sisters, to include our British family, but we've also been building the relationships and the dynamics on the continent. And that has created a different construct. And that construct is something that they're not comfortable with, because what it shows is that they've lost the narrative of their savior complex. Wait, we developed this savior complex that we're going to be the saviors, and, they don't look at us as saviors anymore. What has happened? That's a difficult disposition to be in. What has happened? It's not necessarily what has happened, but how it happened. How these things came about. Jeremiah 50, we would have healed Babylon, but she refused to be healed. I believe it's Jeremiah 51, 50 and 51. So now that there are stark differences in how the world is being seen, and yes, it's very stark differences, understand that there's a people that's ready for the transition and there's a people that are not going to be ready. And I'm going to say these folks are not going to be ready. But again, traditionally speaking, why would they need to be ready? Look, we are the they've looked at our people. At least a couple dozen Negroes. And now, unfortunately, even that paradigm has shifted for them. And the gatekeepers that are saying you need to stop asking and you need to just do, well, nobody's accepting that mouthpiece. Uh, that's not fair. That's Verald that have not even put in the blood, sweat, and tears to build up something we know that we can't really enjoy. We get it. But they come on over. They haven't even done anything and they're asking for stuff. They're asking on. Yeah, I'm in the country. I told you. Well, yeah. There we go. All right, I'm picking up. I'm picking back up on signal. Northern Florida, on out here. But that is what our people have seen over the last 5 years. Don't expect to have anything done for you all. Just do what you're doing and shut up. To me, what is that? That's a victual. That's the definition of slavery. You're just enslaved, so shut up. What right do you even have asking anybody for anything? Kind of sounds like, hey, you're just lucky to not be a quote unquote criminal so that then we can throw you back into slavery. Because then people are starting to realize, wow, the level of offense of when we ask for something is purely demonic. That's what it is. Are you really that offended that I asked for something in fairness? Are you really trying to tell me that you're a quote unquote Christian, but you don't even adhere to James chapter 5 to pay the worker his wages? But what has that done? That has created the image of hypocrisy that is now being stated not just by people here on YouTube, not just the new black media, not just, some other folks that are, that may have even had a presence in, the quote unquote mainstream. But now that's being questioned by all quote unquote black people, people of African American descent, even people of African descent. And now you have Haitians being targeted. And now, as these Haitians are being targeted, now we're beginning to sit up and say, hey, if I don't ask for anything, guess what? We're going to be next on this target. We've seen how this thing goes. We know how this thing works. This isn't our first rodeo with white supremacy. Because white supremacy tells us, hey, agree with that, because once you agree with that, then guess what? Then next we're coming after you. Oh, no, that wasn't the agreement. Oh, I thought it was cool as long as, the Haitians and everything else are marginalized and demonized, I'm just glad it wasn't me, our people for a change. Boy. Don't you think that's a little extreme? And this is the truth. Thank you for jumping on. So if I'm getting staticky or in and out, at least I got some feedback. I've been trying to read a little in the chat and scan the road as I'm cruising up to Atlanta.
You know how they go, brother.
Here in the middle, I'm literally in the middle of the country. I'm like a few miles away from the Florida border state line here on 75. I am just, it is. There's really nothing out here. The next stop is Valdosta. It's literally Valdosta or bust. So yeah, and Valdosta is traditionally it's a bit of a halfway point between Tampa and Atlanta. It is the halfway point. So doing great time. Brother Mike's been having dreams. Is it a dream or is it a reality?
Yeah, it's both. Those days of us asking for this and for that, those days are done with. We're not asking no more. And I would implore all of Israel, leave it alone. The Most High already said what they're going to do. They're going to be arrogant, audacity, call it whatever you want to call it. Stop asking. Now, the Most High and we are going to, we are in a spirit of demanding. This is where we at right now. Those days of asking, being a sheep-like, now we being surrounded by wolves. Now we've been transformed into lions. Now the wolves that stand all the way around us, now their tail is dropping. Their tail are dropping. I mean, their tail is on the back of their leg. They got it hemmed up between their legs because now fear has really, truly gotten into them. Whether these lions come from out of sheep. They took us to a whole different level. And the Most High allowed us to go to a different level, and we go act upon that level. We're not asking for anything. We're not looking for no fight either. But we're not asking. We are demanding, and we telling, we commanding. This is who we are right now, this day going forward. We're asking. No, this here
Well, we're declaring. We're
been.
not asking. We're declaring. Look, we already declared. Look, we already
Mhm.
won the victory. We already won the victory because it wasn't our victory. It was the Most High's victory. We already
Yep.
won that. We already won this war. We already won this fight.
All the stuff that they calling themselves setting up for us, brothers. I mean, truthfully, I wouldn't even give it the I wouldn't even give it any time, just a thought. The Most High said
Mm,
exactly what He's going to do for Israel,
mm,
and we already here. They're the ones who's going on with their arrogance of doing what they think they're going to, do or achieve. The Most High said, "I am the protector for Israel,"
mm-hmm.
and so with that, you do not have to worry. No, either we will hold on to that. And for those that may not have that faith, already no problem. The Most High still got you
Yep.
because His great name is the first and foremost of importance. He said, "That's Israel. All right, she maintaining less faith. Alrighty, no problem. I got her. But after I show her my strength, she will have strength that's gonna be unbelievable. That's who the Most High is, and He's laying it down. Your money may be funny right now, but the money that that nation has, if the world is telling you it's dropping in value, it's dead already with the Most High.
Mm,
You have bigger and better things that are in front of you that you do not even know what's in front of you.
mm,
But the moment you understand and you start making your way to the Most High, excuse me, the more you're going to see it. You're going to see it. These days, for Israel, ooh, I don't think we can. No, we. Yes, it's going to blow everybody's minds, including the Gentiles. They gonna be wild by it. Excuse me.
mm-hmm.
They will be literally blown by it because what they think and how the Most High thinks, man, you dealing with two different worlds,
Mm-hmm.
two different creators. And yes, Satan, he is a creator, but he's breaking off of the most high's creation. He is the creator of lies, everything that's evil. He's created. Anything that is opposite of the Most High, the devil has created it.
Mm,
This is where we at. Now, his creation is crumbling. His creation can't maintain life.
mm,
Cannot. His creation needs unfaithful Israel to dabble over to his side to blend in with his creation. And we all know that's what Esau did.
mm-hmm.
Here we are in the same predicament. Whether if we, it's as Israel, if we do not wake up, or not necessarily wake up, because the Most High says He's going to wake you up, but we still have free will. If we abuse that free will, we are no better than Esau himself. It's just that simple, point blank, to the point. This begging, just leave us alone, they're not going to do it. Whatever you talking about, you trying to get from them, they're not going to give it. But the moment you come in and you start demanding it,
No.
oh, what are you talking about? And you have your father standing behind you, that strong black man standing behind you, you this little bitty child, and they're looking at you and they looking at that man. Eventually, this child will grow up just like his daddy. Get him what he wants. That's what the world is going to say. Give them what they want because they going to know we are already in trouble. We are in a trouble that we cannot get out of. And that is exactly what the world is in. They are in it. They are in it. I mean, man, please. There's no resurrection for it. There's no resurrection for it. This is it. No, bro. All these brothers have been doing. Sister Shonda, she did something about the music.
Oh yeah.
On point. You seen it? You seen it, Karis?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. Absolutely.
Jacoba. He had a show a couple of days ago or a day ago. Shooting out, he said he keep on saying the same thing. Jacoba keeps saying the same thing. He said, something in my spirit, brothers. There's something in my spirit. And the Most High will let that fester inside his spirit. Because at the same time, Jacoba's still preaching. He said, brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, there's something in my spirit. I just can't. I don't know what it is, but it's something in my spirit. And when you get ready to let loose, it comes out. Whether it's going to be by Jacoba or it may be by somebody else. And if it's by somebody else, let me tell you something about the Most High. He will let something roll around in Jacoba's spirit. And he may have Karis to release it. Jacoba will fall on. That's what was in my spirit. But Jacoba couldn't speak about it. But he allowed that spirit to rove about in him and then come through Karis. You know why he did that? Because we went into captivity together and we coming out of it together to show us that we are a nation. We go speak for our brothers, period. That's how we're going to do it. This is how the Most High is doing things to show us we walk together. We live by the laws together. This is who we are. This is who we are. It's going to happen. Karis may have something in his spirit. And he will not be able to really truly get into the meat of it to explain it to the brothers and sisters. And it may be Sister Shonda who gets that vision and she breaks it down. And Karis is like, that's it. Hey, Karis, you remember this, Karis, when there was something about this particular person that did not sit right with me. And I was like, I just can't put my foot on. And then, but what what did Red said one word, and I said, that's it.
Yeah.
And it happens. It's going to happen, brothers, sisters. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You may have that spirit that keeps winding up in you. You may not be the person to release it. The Most High, he wants you to just, hey, I just need for you to advertise it. That's all I need for you to do is advertise. I see who you are and I know your spirit. And you will advertise it. I'm going to use that person to bring it all out. This is all for the Most High is doing. Show you all are all family. Your blood is linked together. I'm in my signature is in your DNA. That's who I am. That's why you are so holy, because I got my signature in your body, flowing through your blood. Why do you think I say blood is holy to me? Something sacred. This is the Most High. This is the Most High. I'm telling you, the Most High has already said QTUA will be used in these last days. Off the top, for his people. We given this organization to the Most High from day one. We went through some things about at day one. We listened to the Most High. Hey, you have this issue. You need to take care of it. We did just that. Stress, we went up under it. When we didn't listen, the Most High let it go. He let that stress come in. We started to recognize what was going on. This needs to be fixed. We're not worried about nobody's feelings. This is based upon scriptures and laws. This is how we get down. This is how we live. It's by means of his laws. And if we start like our forefathers did, start being pacifying laws and individuals according to laws, we right back in the same situation as our forefathers. And me and the rest of the board, we're not even trying to entertain that. And a lot of the volunteers, nope, we're not trying to entertain that unnecessary nonsense. We've been through that. We have history to show if you go down this route, this is where you're going to end up at. Why in the world, if I'm looking at looking at my history of unfaithfulness and go back down that same route, that's stupidity.
Yes.
I'm seeing the downfall of going in that route. Why in the world would I go down the same route? No, we might keep this according to the laws. It's a lot more healthier. I love breathing, don't you? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Karis, this is it. We're on a whole different plateau. We're on a whole different plateau. And the Most High said, no, this is it. We're not asking, can you go ahead and give us a reparation? The Most High said, we don't need to ask that for that no more. Because the moment we talk about reparation, it's going to be in a demand. And they're going to be so willing to give it. They're going to be so willing to give it. You were literally thinking you walking on a gold road as to everything that will be laid out in front of you. It's all about how we come to appreciate the Most High and his laws. This is the real birth of a nation. This is where we at. The birth of a nation, brothers and sisters. This is where we at. Do not let the world and its unnecessary nonsense. Why? I'm glad I said that. The world. You got all of this stuff that's going on, and you have P. Diddy all over the internet. Do you really truly think I'm worrying about what P. Diddy is doing? His life is his life. Whether he wakes up, that remains to be seen between the Most High and himself. I hope the brother turns around and do what he needs to do it, in order to save his life and his family life. I'm not here to place judgment on that brother because, one, I don't know the brother. Two, The media claims he did all of these things. I don't know. This is the media. The media is much of a liar as they claim to saying that he is too. So do not let the world pimp you into believing everything that they say. My thing is this: keep yourselves to yourselves and according to law, the laws that we live our lives based upon. You had fell off for a moment, Brother Karras.
Yeah, I was just getting through that Florida Georgia border where there's nothing on up here besides literally swamps. So, oh yeah, that thing said you had zero. I had zero internet for like 2 miles. So
Wow. Okay. All right.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. Oh, bro. I mean, Karras, I think I think this here talking about they keep on going back talking about reparations, man. There's a time. The most I said there's a time to keep quiet and there's a time to speak. I really believe this is the time to keep quiet. This is the time to keep quiet because it seems like the more you keep on trying to be peaceful with a wicked system, the wicked system is not trying to be peaceable with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a time for you to just say, all right, no problem. Take your leave, shake the dust off your feet, keep it moving. Keep it
Mm-hmm.
moving. You know, with all of this that's going on, with all of this that's going on, brothers and sisters, when I tell you this, let's stop this asking the world for reparations. The Most High has already told us what we will be leaving with. But until then, with this organization who is out for the betterment of the Most High's people, until then, this Babylonian money thing that they got right now, it seems to be still in use. And this is what brothers and sisters need, because trust and believe, there are things some sisters, brothers and sisters are working on for the betterment of not just necessarily Israel, but people that wants to be have a safety net to fall back on. And when I say safety net, I'm talking about something that can extend your life for what the world has set up. Because everybody know that the United States is a corporation. A corporation. This is the reason why we're in captivity. That is, well, I'm gonna just go with this: Negroes. We're the ones who helped them to bring about a corporation. They had the people that they needed to form a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is a creator of those Negroes that has turned his attention because he was looking for his kids. He found them. He found his kids in captivity. He found people misusing his people. He's highly upset. Red bloodshot eyes because of the anger that lays inside of him of how his people has been treated. Never before in history has his people been treated so demonically. This is where we are at. If you think that this is going to be something that you can say, I can watch a movie like this. No, you will. You know, you will not. You would not be able to do it. No, you would not. You would not be able to sit down and watch a movie like that. Because if you, being a father, and somebody misuse your kids, you cannot even imagine the hurt that you go put up on that person or persons that offended your bloodline. You cannot. It's like you will be fighting a complete 24 hours a day to make sure they understand you done touched the wrong child. And this is where we at. We are in that predicament. A lot of things that's going on with our brothers and sisters on the four corners of the earth, they're all different. But when you look at them, that trampling of Israel is real. The brothers in the United States, they went through a trampling. The brothers in South America, they went through a trampling. The brothers in the EU, they went through a trampling. The brothers here in Africa, same thing. But when it's added up together, the nations has took it too far. He took it too far. We woke up now that authority and to speak with authority, just like what Brother Kerry was talking about, Sister Ashonda, and she had on our show that they was talking about how life and death comes out of the mouth. Ooh, well, I tell you the truth, if you really, brothers, if you all think about this here, R&B. When you say R&B, the first thing you go think about is not rhythm and blues. The first thing you go think about is black people. That's who you go think about.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna think about Justin Timberlake, although he got a swag and he knew good and well. Hey, I need to roll with these brothers because I see that's where the money comes in. They ain't gonna think about him. The first thing that's gonna pop up, if you're thinking about R&B, is gonna be somebody black.
Mm-hmm.
The source of life and death comes out of that tongue, and the devil knew this, and we went right in through that door, and that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
R&B, man, please, we're on a whole different level. And for the brothers and sisters that may be in that entertainment in Hollywood, I hope that the spirit of Yah comes through there to pull you brothers and sisters out of that. So be it. If you come out of it, you may lose everything. But everything that you're losing out of that system, it already belongs to the devil. It's not like you losing anything. You just giving up the devil's captivity. You giving everything back to him just so you can free your soul. Don't worry about what you may think what you will look like when you are walking around butt naked, so to speak, because you don't have the money, the fancy clothes. I mean, I'm serious about this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they looking at. That's what they look at. You don't have to be a millionaire. You can be a Karis. Me and you can speak about this. Mm-hmm. Your jobs, my job. Sister Shar, bruh, we was all into the hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. If I'm saying 200,000 off the top. Off the top.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Brother
Karis get on the show.
Father, help me. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Father, help me.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
You think, do you all, brothers and sisters, do you all really truly think that the Most High had to humble a lot of his servants who say that they are in the service of the Most High? In the first place, the Most High hits is Israel's pocket, because he knew the
yep.
strength of Hashatan. I'm sorry, brother Karras. What you say?
Nah, I say yeah. No, you good. You cooking. I still have a bad
Yeah,
signal up where I'm at.
yeah. And so that's the first thing he hit was the pockets. But you know what? The thing about it was, I have always given glory to Yahuwah. I said, if it weren't for him, man, my business would not be what it is. I still, I'm like, what in the world? This is communication. People need this business. Carries the same way. 200,000 a year. Brother Red, maybe 300,000 a year. Brother Mike Roebuck, 200,000 or 300,000 a year. I know and the reason why I say this, I know these brothers are in the IT field. I'm in the IT, but I'm the person who hooks up all of this equipment. If they want to get into something, Mike, I need for you to plug this into switch, so and just up with IP address of this here, plug in port 010/01. Boom, I plug it in there. Have my laptop. He said, all right, I'm reading it. Let me go ahead and drop some information into that switch. That's the work I did. But the Most High said, no, you're not going to do that. You did. When the Most High wants to cleanse you up, brothers and sisters, he will, first thing he's going to get and help you understand, it's going to be that money, because that money is a god in that system. And the Most High, he has shown not only me, Karis, not Sister Shar, he showed a lot of our brothers and sisters of, I am the one you need to be relying on. I know this is something new to you. I know with this awakening, you're just finding out that you're Israel. I know this is new to you. So I don't need for you to be in shock. I'm going to be with you. I'm going to be patient with you, because I know the system in which that you are in. But I'm getting you set for something a whole lot better. That's what he did. And he did it. A comfort zone, Sister Felicia. Sister, please. A comfort zone. I was bent upon comfort zone. About every month, I changed my whole living room outfit out. I did not want the same thing going on. I had that luxury of buying different candles, different wines with my wine set and things of that nature, just to change the scenery. Yes, I had that luxury. I did. Yes. Oh, sis, please. You talking about shoes? Sister, well, let me tell you something, sister. One day I went into my bedroom, had so many shoes. I had shoes for every different outfit. And I was going into the bedroom, sis, and I walked in there and tripped over all my shoes. Made me mad.
Man, Mike, how many scratches did you get from them buckles? You must have to
You're
go to the
wrong.
emergency room after that. It must have looked like a murder scene.
Man, hey, let me tell you something. When I got through tripping over all the shoes, man, I end up on my back, and I was like, and once I came out, I'm like, this don't make no sense. And I'm looking at all those shoes because they didn't fit inside the closet. And my son was the same way, you know. But I had to experience that in order to know, hey, you keep saying that the Most High has blessed you and things of that nature, and you keep, it's easy to say that I rely on the Most High. It's easy to say that when you're making money, but when your money is looking funny, and all you got in your pocket is some lint. Oh yeah. Now you want to talk about reliance? Now that's a whole different story. Because the devil knew exactly what he put in place. And the Most High said, he knew, I have to teach my people to rely upon me. I have to teach my people to rely upon me. Brothers and sisters, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 trucks. 1 home. Oh, I still got my home. Well, I still got a lot of those trucks too. But when I tell you, when the Most High said, you're my people, I'm here, truthfully, what the Most High did, he reached out a hand to save us. With this awakening, he literally he stuck his hand out, let me save my people, because this is the person I want him to do this. I want her to do that. I want him to go over here, and I want him to do this. I want her to do that. That's what he did. And trust, in every last one of those scenarios, everybody's pockets got hit. The Most High said, I need for you to trust me. That's all I need for you to do. That American dollar, it is absolutely detestable to me. What you're going to get from them will not be in no dollar. It will not have that demonic symbol upon it. The Most High do not leave himself representing anything detestable. He does not. Now we are at a point where the nation's going to, they're going to sit up here and push it out. We want reparations, like they speaking for all of us. No, you go see a nation, you go see an organization that's going to come in, say this, and they're going to tell you, no, you must do this and you got to do that. That's how the Most High has orchestrated it. There will be no bargaining. No, there are no. Oh, we can work with this. No, we're not going to work with that. You're going to do this, or you're not going to do it at all. For what we say needs to be done, it will be done. The power is in the tongue. We sat back. They stomped on our mouths and bloody nose, big lip, because they stepped on this so much. Cut off breathing. This is where we at, brothers. This is where we at. We must. I'm not going to say we must. Brothers and sisters, it is absolutely left up to you individually as to how you want to proceed with your faith. Now, granted, a lot of you brothers and sisters will not go through what some brothers and sisters went through. You're not. So do not be twisting yourself to thinking that, no, there's something that he's not doing right. Leave that demonic thinking alone. Because if the Most High chose that person to experience bankruptcy, whatever it be, do not judge that brother. Because if you judge that brother and you found out to be wrong in all of your judgment, you go find yourself getting judged. If that brother have not did anything to you out of pocket, leave that brother as your brother. Assist your brother, because when you assist him, then not Yahushua HaMashiach say, "You did it to me." That's what he said. You did it to me. You literally helped me when in my time of need. I tell you, when the Most High put all those laws in order, I mean, man, oh, good night. If you just sit back and think about it, don't judge and you won't be judged. All of those laws they right before our faces right now, and we seeing the life in all of His laws. We're literally witnessing life out of His laws. Because I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. My grandmother was not that way. My mother was not that way. And I think this is where I'm getting from, as well as my father. To ask people for something, man, you know, I went to trade school for some everything, because I did not want it to be said that I had to ask everybody for this, ask everybody for that. I went to beauty school because I was figuring if I get married, I could do my wife hair, I could do her toenails. I went to school for everything: pedicure, manicure, facial, beautician. I went to school for it. I did. I went to school for woodworking, made harps, cabinets, because I did not want to depend upon nobody to say, I need this or I need that. And I tell you, I had to get away from that. I had to get away from it.
These are humbling days, isn't it? Isn't it, Brother Mike? These are some humbling days.
Yes, it is, Karis.
And
very humbling.
You know, and it says in a word that what? It doesn't say that the proud shall inherit the earth. It says that the meek shall inherit the earth. And, you know, and that's how we all have been. We all had, you know, I want to make it to the top, because why? Because I never want to fall to the bottom. I never want to be, you know, at this position that we had grown up in. Because in the world shows us, you know, well, you need to look like this, you need to see like that, you need to experience like this. And honestly, those are all lies. Because part of this waking up period is not just finding out, oh, I'm a Hebrew, I'm an Israelite. Yeah, I'm a Hebrew. I'm a son and daughter of Jacob. Wow. Well, there's actually more to that than what people need to understand. There's a humility and there's a meekness, and there is a trial. A lot of folks don't want to go through the trials. They just want to earn a title and really haven't done anything. Okay. That walks between you and the Most High. A lot of folks don't want to do the walk. It's easier just to talk, and then when you have to walk, no, thank you. That's why, look, I know in this walk, I thank the Most High for the brothers and sisters that He's put in my way to help me with this walk, because there's been times that I wanted to quit. Nah, this is too much for me, Father. Nah, this is. But it's funny, because as I'm driving up here to Atlanta right now, there is now literally a hope and an expectation of some awesome things getting ready to happen that could only have been made, can only have been done with obedience to his word. And that was that test of obedience. Not everybody's going to go through the test. That may not be required of everyone, and that's fine. But there are some people that the Most High builds up for his purpose. And in due time, folks will take a role where the Most High has built them up for his purpose.
I'm gonna
But
say
it's
this, bro.
awesome.
Y'all, you
Yeah, go ahead.
enjoy yourselves. Enjoy you all selves. Celebrate. Celebrate. Enjoy yourselves. Because once the moment you all say, all right, good night, bye-bye, no, you're about to get busy. You will be busy. You are going to be so busy. Yeah, everybody, you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to be celebrating. And I'm not knocking it. When the Israelites crossed over the waters, I was about to say the Red Sea, not the Red Sea. But once they came, what did they do? They danced and sang and everything. Hey, celebration is part of our culture.
Yep.
It is part of our
Grab that
culture.
tabernacle. Man, grab that. She said the horse and the rider are in the bottom of the sea.
That's what I'm
Bottom
talking.
of the water.
We're at that point, brother. We are at a the Most High is letting us know. Asking, it's like we get into a particular time that it's going to be more of a demand, because now the Most High, that was not the case with Egypt. Our forefathers, they went and asked for gold, silver, and articles and all that stuff. They asked. This system in which we're living in is way worse than Egypt. Way worse. The only thing they understand is demands. And that's what it seems like the Most High is going to do. I'm going to demand from them. He will give it up. This is where we at. You know, when I going back, when I was talking about the brothers and sisters are going through things, especially brothers and sisters in position. And when it comes to this organization, I seen, and I know that a lot of brothers, even in the chat, or people, brothers and sisters that may be in the just in the audience, this is going to be one day you will remember. You will remember this day. The days of asking are done with. The days of telling and commanding, you will see. You will see, brothers. Hey, I demand this. And their demand will happen according to their words. Because these brothers and sisters are going to know their strength. When brothers say, hey, we are in need of donations and things for this and for that. No, we're not telling you just for just out of conversation, just to use up words. These asking for donations are for a legitimate reason. There are things that QTUA must put in place according to Babylonian laws or situations, because we still are in captivity. We're still here. And with captivity, we still up under their dollar. In order for us to, all right, we need to get this particular group together because we need for them to do this. And it costs money to put them in that position. This is the devil's system. And we have to move with it until the Most High said, until he said, we are done with it. You don't have to move in that position no more. But until then, we must move within the system that we are in order to get things in its proper place for Yahuwah's people. That's what we must continue to do. And if we don't do it, the Most High go do. All right, Brother Mike said he give up. He quit. The Most High, all right, no problem. We gonna keep it moving. Put somebody else. I'm gonna find. Boop, he got somebody already.
Mm-hmm.
He already got somebody already. It's just that simple. He not go. And the world is not gonna stop because I get inside my feelings. No. It's not. The Most High go keep it moving. All right, I would discipline him later, but we will keep it moving. That's all the Most High gonna say. I will get to him. We will keep it moving, and he will. We are at that point, brothers and sisters. You're seeing what's happening in the world. 1,000 more exploding cell phones and pagers.
Yeah, thousands more. Thousands more.
Mm-hmm. You Karis, you hear me?
And we're not going to really get a true story of that until probably a couple weeks down the line, if we're going to have a couple weeks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You kind of fading in and out.
Now.
Yeah, I mean, but you see it. Yeah.
You
hear me, Karis? Yeah, go ahead. Karis. All right. You must have faded out. All right. I'm gonna go ahead with it, and you come on in when you think you have a good signal. Just looking at that, Brother Karis was looking at that yesterday, and we was looking at the explosions that was supposed to be happening in Moscow. Brothers and sisters, this stuff has been turned up. It has been turned up to a whole different level. This is where we're at. And then at the same time, the Most High is warning his people, I need for you to move this way. I need for you to move over that way. Yeah, you keep going in and out, Brother Karis. Oh, you transforming now. Oh, yeah, you put Optimus Prime on me. Oh, you went right on out. All right, Brother Karis probably come back in. But this is where we're at, brothers and sisters. Brother Karis don't get on this channel just to be asking for money, just to be asking for funds and things of that nature. We got things we got to do. And when I say, because if you think I'm going to stand before the Most High and say, Mike, you and Karis got money from brothers and sisters, and y'all went out here and bought y'all 2 Cadillacs, man, ain't nobody trying to stand before the Most High saying that. 2 Cadillacs? Because you got a following? Man, please, I'm not trying to stand before the Most High talking about no Cadillacs and some funds. Not living. Give me a Chevy. I'm just messing around. We're not even trying to entertain that. I'm not trying to stand before the Most High and talking about being like leaders in the world. Leaders in the world. We have a people that we put ourselves under responsibility. And trust and believe, any person that's calling themselves a responsible leader or up under the Most High, trust and believe, you're going to stand before that judgment seat. Do not get it twisted or misunderstood that you are going to go in and think you're going to mislead his people that he loves. Man, that's a dangerous position to be in. If you want to talk about it, man, put me before 10, put me before 12 cobras. I'd rather stand in front of 12 cobras than to stand before the Most High. That's where I'll rather be. Because if we take this position for granted, and you find yourself before that judgment hand of the Most High, which a lot of these so-called leaders will be standing, because the Most High, he loves these people, Israel. He loves them. Dope addict, dirty, and they can be smelly. Clothes ripped off of him. He loves those people. Understand this, Israel. The Most High loves those people. I'm telling you, he loves them. If you may ride up on them, and you may be a person, got your nice cologne on, you got your hairline cut up and everything, and you in your home, you are in your own world. If people don't look like you cannot respect them, bruh. You in a world of hurt. But the moment you can look at your brother, even though your brother or sister got all of their teeth missing in front, and you respect and love your brothers and sisters, oh, you have the love of the Most High upon you. Don't let things that you see outward affect your spiritual line of sight. That's one thing we need to really fight and work upon. Are you with us, Brother Karras?
Yeah, I'm back. Okay, I got a better
Alrighty.
signal for whatever reason.
Okay, yeah.
That thing was in a dead zone. Yeah, so the whole situation, these dynamics over the last literally 48, 72 hours have changed, because now folks are realizing how vulnerable they are. That you have devices, you have laptops, you have iPads, anything that has a lithium battery. I was trying to get Red on here. I know Red is a couple hours behind me driving. Trying to get him on here, but you look, the whole situation that we've been looking at, nothing is safe. No one is safe. Now, in our ignorance, we had what? Safety, right? We had safety and ignorance, and now we're no longer able to be ignorant. Think about that. And in our Eurocentric minds, we were safe, even to the point that, up until this year. Oh, well, you know what? I don't need to worry about being a Hebrew. It's Christianity. Christ loves everybody. All this other stuff. Because why? Because people were feeling relatively safe. And let me tell you, when I was talking to my oldest son about this yesterday, he said that's what they were talking about at school yesterday. And he's in college. So now, understand that you have a younger generation that's looking at that. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to start to question older generations. Do you know about this? Do you know about that? Because we have been allowed to be made ignorant, because the system has allowed for ignorance. And now folks are beginning to realize that the ignorance is not very comfortable anymore because their safety has now been violated. When you see these operations, one of the highlights of the stories is, Operation Below the Belt. Oh yeah, that hit below the belt for a lot of these people. That hit below the belt. Because what do they always say? I need to maintain what? Being comfortable. This is how the system works.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in war, you die when you're comfortable. The first ones that get deleted are the ones that are comfortable about their position. Because it's a false premise of security. This was the spiritual exposure that happened. Now folks are actually understanding there was a false sense of security here. You mean if they did that there, then that can be done to us. Oh, that's Obadiah. Do unto them as they have done unto you. These are what the nations have been given the edict. So don't think that can't be done here. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Do unto them. That's why they're so fearful, because that is a strong possibility. And they realize it.
Man, that got to be one of the most fearful things for them to be thinking about, because they know what they done. Wow. I mean, they just sit back and just let that soak in, and inside in the depth of their mind, they were like, oh man, please, we didn't done this, we didn't done that, we did this. Oh no, I don't want to go through that, because I remember I did this or I did that.
Yeah.
All that go coming back up on me? Oh, Karis, good gracious, you got these people scared, bro.
Oh yeah, no, they're going to be running. They're going to be running scared. And let me tell you, you know how they show their fear. They show their fear by their actions, and their actions are always conducted by that dollar.
Yeah. That's the most fearful thing they can ever leave, is that, if you, man, you can shoot, well, you can take off their wife head, they straight. You can
understand that the dollar, they can manipulate the dollar as much as they want to. That let's not overestimate it, or underestimate it rather. Okay? They can manipulate it as much as they want to. The problem is, how long do they have left to manipulate the dollar? That's the question. Here in the United States, it'll be manipulated forever. You just won't be able to get certain goods, but it'll be like, hey, it is what it is. You can manipulate it forever. The problem is, you're going to have a lot less people traveling around the world, because a lot less countries are going to be utilizing the dollar. People are going to be asking, man, why is it so expensive to travel here? I knew I could get a flight for like, $1,500. Now it's $4,500.
Well, your dollar ain't no good no more.
Exactly. That's about to start happening in short order. So what's the question? What happens now? What goes on now if you don't have a currency exchange? What happens now if you don't have anything that has a value? Again, I said this. This is in the book. We said this last week. And the Fed just let you know about this yesterday. Yesterday, the Fed let you know about this. our value is going to be through the currency of our relationships. Relationships is the new currency. That is neo-diplomacy.
Rewriting your own history.
That's what's happening. We are being empowered to take our natural gifts and talents to be able to utilize it to serve us, because the Most High put us in this position.
Mm. We are in that. We no, brother Karras, we are in that position right now. Truthfully, we just recognize what position that we are in. I don't know. I think I mean, are you still with us, brother Karras? You hear me?
Yeah, I am. I'm just fiddling around things, you
Oh,
know.
I thought
Trying to
maybe you went off.
no. I'm still in the
Yeah,
background
I mean,
here.
I think that we are. I think that we are in a position. Um, it's a whole different position, and this is just where we are at, and now it's time for us to start acting within it, being within it, and moving within that spirit. And they still trying to get the world to believe, oh, that spirit it don't exist. And I
Hmm.
think, I think we go have to be those ones to show, hey, that spirit is alive and kicking. It's alive and we're moving. And this is where we at.
Absolutely.
I think this is where we at, bro.
Look, we
Um,
started to wake up. Like, we started to wake up, and when we woke up, we started to understand the value that we had. They weren't going to tell you how valuable you were. They'll say, oh,
mm,
you're of a value to our organization. You're a very, very valuable member of our organization. But they weren't going to tell you how valuable you were outside of that construct of work as their employee. They wanted you to understand that your value was going to be within their system. And honestly, that was the other way around. We already had a value outside of their system. And now we're beginning to understand it and utilize it. That's what's making them so fearful right now, is that we understand how our value is. And it's not going to be based off of what they say our value is. That is a complete change in the paradigm. The paradigm has shifted.
all right, Karis, brother or sister, Team Truth says, so what I'm hearing is that favor is coming our way. I think you may be a tad bit late. Favor is all has
You know, they're
is
here.
already
It's here.
it's here. It's
Hmm.
here.
Yep.
It's here. Team Truth, I know you. Yes, it's here. It is here. When I say, and then it just won't be me. It's just not me nor Karis. It's you. Whatever your strength, your authority is in your words. Use it.
Hmm.
Just use it, brother. Sisters, use your authority. That's all we have to do. I'm sorry, brother Karis. Go ahead.
Exactly. Listen, our authority is under the blood of Yahusha HaMashiach. Yahusha. It's a name, right? You're using the name. We're coming correct this time. We're coming in a time to where we know not just who we are, but who he is. This is why, look, we have favor of these nations. We have favor. You're not going to necessarily have favor with your enemies, but even our enemies understand something's happening. Even our
Oh, yes,
enemies
they do.
realize, something is going on because I don't have the favor that I once had. And they know that.
Mm.
They no longer have the favor and the bravado that they once had. They can't really move like how they once moved.
Mm.
They're now being hemmed up. Have you realized? Nobody really wants to see Americans anymore. Even in Europe, they really don't want to see Americans anymore. Why is that? Well, something happened, but they're not going to tell you what has happened, the course of time, the process of time. Look,
Mhm.
these folks that look over in Ukraine, these folks are losing the war. Russia is whooping their behinds. And that's a scary notion for some folks because understand if you don't have your power on the battlefield, especially with the United States or the United States, the West, then you don't have any economic power. This is why push things because
Mhm.
the whole thing, if you heard Lloyd, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, he had said a um, couple months ago, he was saying, "Hey, if you don't have, this or that, or if we don't support them and this and that, they're talking about the war in Ukraine,
Mhm.
sending them weapons and provisions and all that other good stuff." He said that it's going to be your sons and daughters. Remember, that's what he was saying. It was going to be your sons and daughters that was going to be fighting in Ukraine. And I kind of had to laugh. I'm like, the devil's a liar. No, we're not going to be fighting in any other war. Not in mass, not like that. Understand, when the United States left Afghanistan, that was judgment. That was judgment. And on Covenant Awakenings on this channel, when that happened, literally over now 3 years ago, I said the U.S. is going to be in war within a year
Mm.
because of the way that it evacuated. Now, lo and behold, the U.S. pushed for war, and somebody got it. Somebody bit off on that apple, and that somebody happened to be Ukraine. So it's a war that the U.S. is fighting via proxy. And again, why is the U.S. so afraid of Russia? Because the U.S. knows prophecy. These
Yes,
folks,
they
these
do.
folks, they're up there. They know prophecy. Don't act just because they try to act like they don't know what's happening. They want
Karis,
you
they
to
call
buy
it
that
policy,
act.
Karis. They call
Yeah,
it policy. You remember?
policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, their policy hasn't changed because why? Because they know who they are, and they
Yeah.
know who these other people are. They know what their time is. That's the last people that they want to see. They want to deal with.
Mm.
That's it. I'm not trying to deal with them because why? Because I know what the scriptures say. That all they're trying to do, they're just trying to find a way to where they can minimize the judgment, right? You know your behind is going to get spanked. Do you want to get spanked with the belt? Do you want to get spanked with the switch? Or do you want to get spanked with the extension cord? And when you start
Good
beating
night, man.
some
You done brought
behind with
back.
the
You
extension
brought
cord,
back some. Whoo, man, are you talking about that extension cord? Man, you got me hurting all over again.
yeah, nobody wants to look. They're trying to avoid the extension cord. Look,
Mm,
they'd rather have the switch or or the belt at all possible.
mm.
They want to at least have the switch, as the first choice.
Man, yeah, 'cause it breaks off every so often. Now there's so many
Yeah,
tracks.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So much. Yeah. Now that belt, it may be a little bit less rough.
yeah, but that
There's
hey, Carrie, but
there's more
that switch,
resistance.
you hit with that, it started to break off and it started to get shorter and shorter. But
Yeah,
that belt and that
exactly.
extension cord, oh man, no,
And that extension
no.
cord has zero resistance compared to that belt. So that thing comes real swift, real fast to that behind, and it hurts a lot more.
Yeah, that extension cord, boy, I tell you, man, I was a track star back in those days, man. I mean, I was a track star.
Hmm.
I can slide from the beginning of the hallway clearly up under the bunk bed. Man, please. I stayed right there. Mama, bring your hind part from under that bed. Karis, I wouldn't budge. My life was in danger.
You would recover. It'll take a few weeks though. It'll take a few
You
weeks to
ain't never
recover.
lied. Yeah, but they always leave marks though. That's one thing about that
Hmm.
extension cord. I don't care what you gonna leave it. You gonna leave them. You would think you was a child back in slavery or something. Woo. Man, please.
Mm.
And then they'll take it when they get to whooping. When my mother get to whooping you with it, she'll go back and plug it up to the lamp.
No, but- Yep. Was it the extension cord that had the little threads on it? Like the old
Man,
school
what you talking about?
irons. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, it did. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
How the
You.
threads.
Hey, let me tell you something. You woke up a whole lot of history. Woo. Man, I mean, you know one thing I say, I never use that on my son because I always say, man, please, not living. I
Man,
never.
that mess was real child abuse. I'm sorry, that mess was real
Yes,
child
it
abuse.
was.
Like
But you know what? Well, I'm gonna tell you something, bro, on that because when they did that, I never forget. Now, I was a child, and they had this mentality when it comes to the scripture. The scripture said, "Those that spare the rod spoil the child." Oh, good man! Don't you say that to no black people? What?
No.
Oh, and they took that to the brim.
Yep.
It wasn't just me and
And
my 4 siblings. Man, any child. Man, I never will forget Karis. I had my older brother. He was mentally challenged. But my older brother, he always listened to me. I mean, I had sympathy for my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I never forget this, Karis. We was in Texas at an international assembly with Jehovah's Witnesses. And whatever was going on, I didn't know. And when I woke up, my mama woke me up to Mike Ray. We was at a convention. Go in there and get Cooter Brown. That's what we called our my older brother. He started running off. And I was like, all right. So she knew I was the only one who can calm him down. Karis, I kid you not. So I called my brother, and then so what happened? My mama, once I calmed him down, these brothers, they came with my mama. She had a belt. She had a belt, Karis. I never forget this, Karis. And so this white brother picked my brother up as if he was a baby.
Oh man.
It was 4 of them, Karis. It was 4 of them.
No, say it ain't
And
so.
I
Mike.
followed them. I followed these brothers outside of the assembly hall. all four of them had two of the brothers had my brother's arms. Two of them had his legs. He was on his stomach.
Oh.
My mother, she beat him. She beat my brother who had all these had these disabilities. But I did know that my mother had a flaw of going too far, till she would beat my brother. And my brother, he would faint. He would literally faint. He would literally faint. And I was there to witness that, Karis. I witnessed that. And I'm like,
that's the destruction of our people. Because
yeah.
and I always had to and I had to always think about that when I was disciplining my kids. Am I disciplining them to discipline them, or am I beating them because I'm beat, right? Am I
that's one
hurting
thing
them
that hit me
because
too.
I'm hurt? You see what I'm
The
saying?
same. Oh, Karis, I've been through that.
Come on now,
I've been through.
you understand?
Yeah.
I had to understand that, man. Am I, because I would get those type of spankings too. Where sometimes like you see blood and you have to get alcohol. Come on.
Karis, I seen that with my son, and I said, "What?" And when I realized what was happening, I never touched my son again.
Yeah.
Never. It was very rare that you seen me touch my son, because I knew I did not want to go down that route.
Because literally they taught you to biblically hurt your seed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not discipline.
Yes.
It wasn't discipline with that. It was to emotionally damage. You're gonna be emotionally damaged, so then you're gonna scar your seed because you don't know how to handle discipline, because you haven't been shown discipline. You've only been shown abuse. That's what
that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. I ran up on a sister, Karis, and we was, and I seen her. She was from Memphis, Tennessee, and I was like, "What are you doing in Pine Bluff?" And Karis, oh my goodness, man, she was happy to see me because, we came up in the same religion. I would see her at the assemblies. That's the only time I would see. And she was like, "No, what they did to us, Mike, was wrong. What they did to us wrong." And I knew what she was saying was right. And I just seen the hurt on this sister. And she could not get over that hurt, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She could not get over that because they took it too far.
Yeah, it's spiritual and emotional. It's an emotional damage that causes spiritual damage because it's a physical damage that's inflicted. A lot of, when I was growing up, a lot of the times I was like, I would always question. I'm like, why would I say a God loves me that wants to beat the stuffing out of me?
Right.
Why would I say, and then, because, when I got beat, my grandmother would beat my brother and I. And, she'd pull out the word and, this is what the word said, she'll read the scriptures, and then she'd just go to town on our brother and I. I remember my brother got beat so bad one time, he couldn't sit down. He couldn't sit down on the bus. My brother talks about it to this day. Because why? Because that was abuse. And we didn't, we understood the concept. Okay, that's discipline, but not in that manner. Because here's the thing: abuse begets abuse, and guess what we're doing? We're all just abusing one another, and that was the generational curse.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So then, what do you have now in this generation? You have a whole lot of people doing what? I don't believe in the Bible. I don't believe in the word. Nah, takes that somewhere else. Because why? Because they got abused on the word.
Hmm. Yes. Made
So
the
the
word
enemy,
somewhat invalid.
exactly. So the enemy was able to be functional and creating a fallacy of the word. Because why? Because you didn't have love that the word was supposed to say that it was all about. You experienced pain and damage in the name of Jesus, quote unquote.
Yes. Hmm.
Kind of funny because that's exactly how everything happened with our forefathers even coming on over here.
Forefather, we talking about shoot, man. We talking about parents and grandparents. It ain't that
Yep.
far back. Yeah, it ain't
Yeah.
that far back. I mean,
Because I
shucks.
mean, and honestly, it makes me wonder. I always think about it. It makes me wonder. Did the overseers really whip us like that? Probably. Yeah, maybe once or twice. Probably.
But we did it the most.
But we did it to ourselves the most.
Yeah.
Hey, it wasn't us that was beating you all. Look, we get Amos to Jethro. We get Nathaniel.
Mm. Whew, man, I tell you, disobedience, boy, it plays its part, man. I tell you, and all of this is a construct of not following the laws, and it
Mm-hmm.
affected us the worst on this planet.
Mm.
It affected us the worst on this planet Earth. I mean, don't get me wrong. My brother is no longer here. My mother, she went over his place, found him, deceased, and but I was that person for my brother because he ended up being in the same grade I was in because he had to
Mm.
repeat a grade. I was the one that was always fighting for carrots. That's how I learned to box. Was for fighting for my brother. My cousin, he said, Michael Ray, come on over here to the boxing thing. I'm gonna show you how to box. That's how I learned to box, was fighting for the rest of my brothers and sisters.
Mm. You know that it's a prophetic inclination, Brother Mike. Now you understand you're fighting for your brothers and sisters still, but now you're doing
Mm,
it on a different arena.
on a whole different arena.
Come on.
Mm,
You had to learn how to fight. We all had to learn how to fight. Because understand this, family, this isn't a fight that's just for us. This is a fight for our generations that come after us. And our fight right now, it's not carnal. It's not flesh and blood. This fight is now the spiritual fight. It is spiritual warfare. When I told Brother Mike this, I said, I just took my car into the shop on Monday to get an oil change. They did the inspection. I said, I need to get a roadworthy. They did a little printout. Everything was good. All greens, everything was good. Last night, I couldn't. I went to bed. I was still a little anxious. I'm anxious. I'm not gonna lie. There's some anxiety. It's okay. I laid down at 9:30. I didn't really go to bed till about 10:30. I woke up at 1:30 last night, and at 1:30, I could hear the car battery because in my apartment complex, I hear the car battery going. The car is dying. So when your car dies, um, it honks,
mm-hmm.
as an alert, hey, change this battery on out. So that had
Oh,
woken me up, and that kept me up. I didn't go to bed, and I didn't go fall asleep till about 3, and then I was up at about 4:45. I wanted to hit that snooze button. I said, no, I got to get up. I said, I know I didn't get enough sleep. I said, hallelujah. I said, I didn't get enough sleep. I said, but thank you, Father, because obviously you're about to do something amazing here in Atlanta. And you know what? I'm going to get on this road. So I get on the road. I go to get Starbucks. I get my
Hmm.
coffee. I got to get my coffee. I got a substance abuse family. I got coffee as a substance abuse thing.
Caffeine, huh?
So I have a cafe. Yeah, that's okay. The first listen. I admit my problem, and I ask for another cup. No,
Let me get another hit.
let me get another hit. Exactly. And I'll take it as an espresso. Oh, man. But then as I'm driving off, a sensor on the car says engine oil level low or needs to be replaced. I said, what is this? I said, the devil's a liar. I go back home real quick because I still had to get some other things. I'm looking, I'm like, I don't see any leaks. I said, let me just be safe than sorry. I went to get the oil that they have replaced it with. I went to the little gas station down the street, got the oil. I got 2 quarts of it. I put a quart in a couple miles away because the thing still lit up. I said, okay. As soon as that got fixed, another thing lit up. I said, what is this? I said, it can't be a malfunction because I don't even have that feature on. I'm telling you, the enemy was literally just trying to mess me up as I'm driving, mess me up as I'm going down or up this road.
Hindering you from getting to your party, your your celebration. Brother Karras, you hear me? I can't hear you, brother. I don't
Thank
know if
you
you put this.
this
All right, I
morning.
hear you now. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
Okay. I was thinking Ray Charles. I was like, hit.
Yeah, Karras, you must be going through one of those towns. You fell off, brother. Karras, you hear me?
I said, well, yes, I am. Yeah, I still hear you. You don't hear me, do you?
No, we hear you now. Yeah, we hear you
I
now.
may
Go
be
ahead.
better. No, I think I got. Yeah, yeah. I'm in these rolling hills here in central Georgia right now. So yeah. So yeah. Family. It looks like I no longer have access to Cash App. I'll put my Zelle up on in there in the description if you like to support. They took away the Cash App back on Tuesday. They took the Cash App away.
Wait a minute. What you mean they took it away? What happened?
They took the Cash App away. They restricted the Cash App.
Man, okay. Like
Yep.
I said, Karras, we're on a whole different plateau. They know it already.
Yep.
We
Yep.
they don't even know it. They know what happened with us. So I
hmm
mean,
You,
it is what it
yeah, you
is.
you could try to give the Cash App. That I can't even get anything in Cash App. It is not happening. And I
Wow.
just said
Okay.
hallelujah. I just said hallelujah, and I kept it moving. So I'm gonna have to do another Cash App here probably next week, and that's okay. I'll put the description on in there when I'm in Atlanta some later on this afternoon of how you can get the Zelle. I put it in yesterday's video, and I'll put it in the description of this video here. So, yep, I do appreciate your support.
You know,
That's
things are happening. They're moving in different different wavelengths, and
hmm
you know, we just here. I mean, I didn't know anything about Cash App. I mean, I still don't. You know, I mean, for any brother or sister, whatever it's Cash App or Zelle, you know, do it. You know, find out which one that works best for you. But when it's all over said and done, this is going to happen with your words. What your authority be by means of your words, that's the way it's going to happen. And I know we are not used to it. We are not used to speaking words that come to light or light. I'm going to say come to life.
life. Yeah, speaking life.
Life.
hmm
Yes.
Yeah, we're
We
in a death culture. Yeah, we're a death
exactly.
culture, Mike. Sorry, go
hmm
ahead, brother Mike. Go ahead.
No, that's just it. I mean, this is where we at. And then, you know, I would say Ninja Wolf, Ema, Tamara, Avon Dillon, Kevin Pullum. I mean, Beauty with Brains. Speak your words or how you want them to happen,
Mm.
and let it be. We gonna have to start recognizing who we are. We are Israel. Sister Shonda, speak those words. You speak, the Most High is going to listen. He's going to let it go the way you speak it, because
Mm.
He know these individuals got my signature, my signature part of their DNA, and they're using it. This is where we at. We are right there. Sister Zenobia, she did a joke on me. Told I was hooked on phonics, and I seriously believe that she's part of you and Sister Shaw's clique, Karis. She busted out on me yesterday. you know, uh, but when it comes to brothers and sisters speaking, brothers, sisters, know that your words that come out of your mouth, your Israelite mouth, has a power. And the moment you understand this, the stronger we become. We think that this stuff is a cartoon fantasy. It's not. This is a absolute reality.
hmm
There's no jokes about this. And the sooner we understand it, the more we continue to see brothers and sisters speak on things that become a reality, the more we start to wake up, the stronger we become. The world gets scared. Why are you think, brothers? Listen to me. This is the reason they do not want you to speak. Why do you think you say something on YouTube? You get a shadow ban. You get cut off. They know that you, Yahudins, has the power in your tongue. Why do
hmm
you think they cut things off?
Yep. Yeah,
Speak.
they don't want our platforms to be around. That's what I'm trying to. And I've been explaining that for a while now. They don't want our platforms around. They want to try and do everything that they can to limit the platforms. That's the nature of this game right now. So when I do come on out and I ask for support, for this platform, when I ask for support for Quest Unite Africa, it is that serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you, we are doing some serious damage. And that damage is taking place. Not everybody's going to be able to see the damage occurring. It's just not going to happen. But you will see the after effects of how we are moving and building and growing.
Yeah, I will tell you, brothers and sisters, I'm not trying to stand before the Most High on any type of shadiness. That's just me. I'm not trying to go before. Brother Mike, I heard you was on Covenant Awakenings, trying to get donations from the brothers and sisters, and it appears that you use my people's money for your own expedition. Man, I do not want to be out like there's another guy standing behind me. His name is Mike Ezekiel Akins. You sure it's not him? You look at the list. Yeah, that is him. I'm like, can I step to the side and you deal with him? Carries, that's the way I'm gonna be.
Exactly. Listen,
Man, I'm not trying. Man, listen to me. I'm not trying to stand before the Most High on any type of unnecessary nonsense. When I say that the Most High loves these people that has been downtrodden, He loves them. He loves them. I'm trying. No, I'm not trying to look at anyone outside of that realm. They can be tore up from the floor up, one eye bigger than the other, teeth missing, dirty. I hand them over to the Most High's people because He deemed it that His people must be trampled on by the nations, and to which they are. That's all I'm trying to hold to and have that understanding and move on that. Take that fleshly way of thinking outside of Satan's system. Satan is built on beauty, glamour, and the illusion. The illusion of beauty. That's all he bent upon. The Most High leaves everything raw and uncut. That's what he leaves. He has everything raw and uncut before our eyes. And I'd rather go in that way. Because truthfully, this is the way it's supposed to be. Satan's system is built upon what it sees. And that's the flesh. The Most High said, I need for you to look at the spirit. Harris, I'd rather roll on the spirit side than that flesh. That's just me and my decision. When brothers and sisters ask for donation, we looking at something a whole lot bigger than what you thinking.
Absolutely. Family, look, I'll tell you, look, the amount of work that Brother Mike and I have put in, and the Q2A family we've put in over the last almost 18 months now. Let me tell you, we're now in the harvest season, and it is awesome to see, because we understand spiritually we had to go through some things to get here. But now we're so close to it, it's like, oh wow, we can actually taste it. We can actually smell it. You know, like when you can smell that the cake is cooked, right? You can smell that the pie is ready, you know, especially when you have some peach cobbler or apple pie, peach cobbler, you know, there's a smell, right? You can smell the cinnamon, you know, you can smell the aroma, which means that things are starting to get there because it's starting to get cooked. It's starting to happen. And you know, the thing is that everything that we have done is not in vain. It's not. But when we get here and it's delivered to us, it really is We had to get calmed down because, as a child, right? I remember Christmas. I remember Christmas as a child. Oh, wow. Yeah, and then my parents had to calm down, my brother and I. And then when I was a parent, when I had done that in my ignorance, I had to calm down my children. Okay, let's understand, and be thankful and grateful of how this has been, right? Even though it was, totally against the Most High's laws. The process of it was a delivering of something substantial, but that substantive process was that when you receive it, you understand what it took for that to be delivered. In this context, this is different because we're about to get something provided, not through a holiday or some sort of ritualistic practice. No, but we understood. Look, we've gotten here. We've done whatever we could do. We literally have gone above and beyond and done extraordinary measures to where, even inventorying things, man, I never thought that I would even be doing this at this level. That's something to consider. I didn't realize that I would even be at this level. But and no one could have gotten to those heights except he makes a way low level. I think I have some extraordinary ideas. No, they're low level compared to what the most high put that on. Then we have to be. Wait a second. Wow. Yeah, family. All right. I'm in another dead spot. Okay. And Jordan, and so yeah. So right now, I'll just get some outros. Again, if you're in the Atlanta area and you would like to sign up for tomorrow's The Art of Diplomacy, that will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can do so. You can also use the coupon code QTUA 2024. However, that will not include lunch, but we would still love for you to attend. Tomorrow on Q2A, Sister Shara and I will be broadcasting from Atlanta right before our event. Again, family, please, if you haven't already done so, please pick up your copy of The Rise of Africa, the Continent, the Diaspora, and BRICS. I want you to understand how serious this is, because I'm just saying, you can't get any more serious with pagers and cell phones exploding. I'm just saying. And again, please like, share, and subscribe. Share this channel. I gotta grow this channel. I need to get about 1 million viewers, 1 million subscribers. So, I'll do those little YouTube shorts, the little gimmicks. What is that? The still, the digital still. I'm trying to think what it is. The digital still minstrels. They be liking when our faces look all crazy and all protruded and everything else. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna go to those extremes. But again, please like, share, and subscribe. But with that said, family, I do have to get up on out of here so I can get into this Atlanta area, which actually starts literally about 100 miles from Atlanta. That's literally how it goes. It's Atlanta's crazy. Atlanta's crazy. It's like Chicago. Chicago starts like 50, 60 miles literally from Chicago, especially when you're driving south of it. Like if you're familiar with like Kankakee and all those other places, it's like once you hit that, like bam, and then you're still 50 miles and it's a flat 50. So with that said, family, I do have to get up on out of here. And with that, shalom, salama, siyemi, shalom, peace and blessings, Yasharel.